Exactly.
The newspaper, I don't know who submits this stuff, like when the community schools, you know, when the schools put out their stuff. I notice sometimes we're not in there, and I know we have a lot of outstanding kids doing stuff. Like, who submits that stuff?
We haven't missed one since they started this year.
Yeah.
No, what happens is because it's alphabetical,
Yeah,
all of them are, it's on the inside of page 3 of the newspaper.
okay,
All of the pictures are on the left-hand side of
Right.
all of our students, but the article, because they all run over, is always on the back, down
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Because we're the last alphabetically,
Okay.
us and Valley View
because I noticed,
are on a different
yeah, I didn't
page.
really pay
We
attention, but,
haven't, we have not missed one
Oh, okay,
since
good,
school.
because
And like
somebody
today,
made that comment.
today's for example, there wasn't a picture of an individual student because
Right.
the entire Girl Scout troop of Evergreen
Yeah.
was recognized, and it was on a different page,
Oh, okay.
but, and the story was on a different
okay,
page.
because I had somebody mention that to me,
Mhm.
and I just glanced through it, and I'm like, oh, we're not there.
Yeah,
But
we
we
have-
were, but, okay.
We have not
Good.
missed one in almost 2 years.
Good, okay, good.
What I like about it this year too is we're starting to do the other class students, and it's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely, the more we get out there, the better.
Yeah.
I like seeing us in the paper. Yes,
Okay.
positive.
Moving on, item number 11, the enrollment report is provided for your review. If there are any questions, please let Joe know. Item number 12, may I have a motion for item number 12? please?
I recommend that the Board of Education extend the performance contract agreement with CM3 Building Solutions Incorporated to continue capital improvements throughout the district upon formal approval of scope and pricing to be board approved.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 13, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the 2017 pest control service agreements between Western Wayne School District and J.C. Ehrlich Company Incorporated at $57 per month per building.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
That is the same amount for many years in a row, so there has been no cost increase for that.
Just one, this always bugged me, this we can't get anybody locally because they have to be on a state, approved state list or something like that, and we wanted to approve, there was a few local people that we would have liked to use. But because of the state system, we have to go with Early, they're on.
Thank you. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
Got it.
Yeah, thank God.
Any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 14, please?
I move that the Board of Education approve the agreement between Western Wayne School District and the Northeastern Educational Intermediate Unit 19 at $10 per professional employee for Act 48 services for the period from July 1st, 2016 through June 30th, 2017.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
That's the same amount again for multiple years, and that Act 48 requirement of carrying how many hours, which is professional development, has to be by an independent service, and the IU provides that for us. So that is ongoing, and it is the same price as multiple years in the past.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
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 Those opposed, no.
No.
Are there any abstaining? Motion carries and a vote of 8-1. May I have a motion for item number 15, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education adopt the proposed waiver of expulsion, hearing, and stipulation relating to student number 3-16-17, thereby excluding the student from Western Wayne School District in accordance with the terms thereof.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 16,
I
please?
recommend that the Board of Education adopt the proposed adjudication relating to student number 02-16-17, thereby excluding the student from the Western Wayne School District in accordance with the terms thereof.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. Are there any other questions or comments?
Yeah, it's nice when we have kids in here that are being honored every month, and then unfortunately, we have the student that comes in and acts out and creates problems for the ones that are wanting to learn. And this ain't a great thing to do. We don't sit here and cherish removing these students from our school district. It's unfortunate, but we have to. And if they do their due diligence and do what they have to do and behave where they go and keep their grades up, they're more than welcome back after that time is up. So, and Matt has done a great job over time with a lot of things like that, a lot of tough decisions to make. And some of the parents, as Matt said, are good and support what the district needs to do to help their child. And then there's the ones that come in and give these guys a hard time. They got enough other things to be doing, and they're in denial. And the proof is in the pudding, and that's where we make our decisions on the proof of what goes on here. So thank you, Matt, and
The administration.
and the rest of the administration. I apologize. You're right, Matt. Yep. Thank you all. Yep.
Thank you both.
I think Dr. Barrett also pointed out, we still do provide that student with an education, just not in the brick and mortar due to whatever problems.
And just to add to that, then, on that end of it, and Rick is right and Matt is right, the bottom line, sometimes we send these students out to other areas of education. It costs the district maybe twice as much, for an example, to educate, or to house that student. And we're depriving the good kids in school of the money that we could use to put toward their education, to further their education here with some good things. So it's really, it's a state problem, and Joe had a nice little conversation in regards to that earlier, and he's going to try to do something along with Matt and the administration to fix it so that we get the money that we're entitled to, and we don't lose money in scenarios like this. So we're not affecting the tax base, and that's what it does do. It affects the tax base also, all of it. So hopefully Joe and Matt and their team can get the state to react to doing things right, instead of just throwing our money all over the place and making us responsible for a student or a parent that doesn't want their child to learn and cause problems for us. That's it.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Yep,
McDonough.
thank you, guys.
All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 17, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the following transportation contract extension at the state formula for the 2016-2017 school year. RV Transportation LLC, Van 94, Waymark to RDW to PATH, effective November 14, 2016.
I'll second. Who seconded? Sorry.
Mr. Ensign.
Gary is
Mr. Ensign. Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstentions? Hearing none, motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 18, please?
I move that the Board of Education
Education approve the following list of Western Wayne School District transportation drivers and substitutes for the listed contractors for the 2016-17 school year as follows, contingent upon receipt of necessary paperwork. Contractor, Mrs. Swingle, driver Judy Sedgwick.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstentions? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 19, please?
I recommend to approve the following overnight trips and chaperones for the 2016-2017 school year. A, the TSA State Conference, April 19th to 22nd, 2017. Seven Springs Resort High School students, number to be announced, and one chaperone, approximate cost $2,162. Chaperones Patrick Farley. B is TSA State Conference, April 19th to 22nd. Seven Springs Resort Middle School students, number to be announced, and one chaperone, approximate cost $1,955. Chaperone Jessica Short. C is the spring band trip, June 1st to the 4th, 2017, Virginia Beach, Virginia. 90 band and color guard students and chaperones, approximate cost $1,660. Chaperones Elaine Ort, Maria Arneal, Jessica McLaughlin, and selected band chaperones to be announced, I guess also. That's this TBD? Oh, determined, I'm sorry.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any other questions or comments?
The district is contributing to this, right, Mr. Adams?
Yeah, the costs that are listed there are the district contributions.
Oh, that's the contribution.
Yeah, the other additional fees that go along with it, especially the spring band trip, is paid by the band parents. But that $1,660 is the approximate estimated cost to the district.
Do we know what percentage?
On that trip, it's really small. Because, I mean, they're going to Virginia Beach for 5 days, so it's a small percentage. For the TSA, it's the state conference competition registration in housing at the Seven Springs for both. And that is a much larger percentage, but that's an academic competition, not a extracurricular above and beyond like the band trip is, so.
No, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
I agree with the district's position in making sure that the funding was restored as we discussed in the last budget season. I just wanted to see what kind of percentage it was overall in totality of the final dollar figure for each individual trip.
I would be guessing on the TSA side, it's close to 90%.
It's not, I don't think it's that high.
It can't be.
Because the students raise quite a sum for each student to go. I believe last year was in the neighborhood of $500 or something.
Yeah, it's more
Yeah,
something.
yeah, this doesn't include,
I should know.
this doesn't include the transportation, and the kids paid for the transportation in the past, and this year we're going to pay for that transportation. And that was a big chunk of their monies. So, I mean, the cost, well, yeah, because of the number of kids, maybe it's 50%.
Why,
I think it's about.
why are these two prices different? They shouldn't be.
Expected number of students is slightly less at the middle school than the high school. And
So,
that's- and that was
the
just estimated by the.
Yeah, because I know that's wrong.
Yeah, that was just an
And
estimate.
2 chaperones is not gonna cut it, just so you know.
Yeah, we'll, when we get to that point, when we have
Yeah.
such a great.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that
When we
this
do,
like
when we win,
isn't.
when we win at regionals and have more kids, we'll have more chaperones.
Yeah, thank you, Jim, because I was gonna say, we know we need more
Okay,
chaperones.
good, because I'm thinking, oh boy.
Right.
Thank you.
And the spring band
I
trip,
wish I
the kids, the band, covers a really large portion of that cost. I mean, that's a trip with 90 people going to Virginia for 4 days is certainly gonna cost more than $1,600. It's a very large percentage comes out of the band parents fundraising for that.
Any other comments? All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries.
I recommend that the Board of Education select Matt Barrett, Director in Education, as District Superintendent for a term of 5 years, beginning February 1st, 2017, subject to a signed contract based on the agreed-upon terms.
Second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I'd like to make a comment. I've had the opportunity to work 18 months with Matt, and it's been a sheer pleasure. He's a highly professional, highly capable, full doctorate of education. He's been committed to Western Wayne, our community, our kids, our staff, for many years. Was an elementary teacher to start in his career, and then an administrator in the high school here for, I believe, 5 years, 4 years, 5 years here. And the last 18 months as he acted as the assistant superintendent. And he's been a tremendously valuable resource for me coming into education, not being a professional educator. He's got tremendous respect of the staff, especially the high school staff that he worked very closely with. And it's a real pleasure and honor to have worked with him. He made my job much easier quite honestly, all of the good things that have happened educationally at Western Wayne, I had absolutely nothing to do with from a standpoint of day-to-day operations at all. It was Matt and the entire administrative team and the teaching staff over many, many years that have contributed to the opportunities that you heard about with our kids today, and it also has contributed to 8 of the last 9 years. At practically every grade level, our test scores going up and the achievement continuing to improve with academics as well as co-curriculars. So I'm thrilled that the board is making this motion to hire Matt. Again, it's been a tremendous pleasure to work with him, and I will continue to offer whatever assistance he needs, which will not be very much at all from me, and I want to wish him well along the way. He's a great man, terrific educator, good motivator of our administrative staff team and our teachers and our students, and I couldn't be more happy with the board's selection to nominate Matt for this position.
And I'd like to add, while we're adding, is that Matt has done a great job since I met him when he took the job here in the elementary system. We've looked outside the box a few years ago, and we didn't get what we wanted, and things still worked out, but we have a young staff, a young group of administrators here, and with Matt's knowledge and everybody here that works so well back and forth with him, we're going to do just fine, and well, the vote wasn't taken yet, so maybe I'll congratulate you after the vote. Oh, I also told him that he's going to get a few gray hairs there quicker than he knows. But it's all part of it, right, Matt?
Yes, that's more from the first one.
That's all.
Are there any other questions or comments?
I'd like to congratulate Matt. Everything I've seen and heard throughout the last, less than 10 years, I'm not good at counting. But you run a tight ship. Your buildings were always very well done. Your educational prowess speaks for itself. And inside the high school, again, we only heard good things. Your passion for Western Wayne is known throughout the district by people that know of you and the people that know you. And that speaks obviously more. So I want to wish you the best, and congratulations to you, and welcome into another chair. You've been in numerous chairs here. It's just another chair. Congratulations.
Any other comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Hearing none, motion carries. Congratulations.
First 9-0 superintendent in a very long time, including me, and Virginia's wife is here, and I just wanted to introduce her as well. And they're obviously a great team and terrific parents, and we do want to let you know that now he has 12-hour days. Today, actually, we're working on hour 18 right now because of weather, but we appreciate all of your support as a spouse and a parent, and affording us the opportunity to get more out of Matt, and we're really, really excited about having him step up to the superintendency. So, Virginia, if you could stand up and say hello to everybody. I don't know if everybody else, but congratulations.
Thank you. I just want to take an opportunity to thank the board for this opportunity. I am very much looking forward to it, and working closely with the admin and teachers, and here working for the students. That's why we're here, making it the best place we can for them and for our community in general. So thank you.
May I have a motion for item number 20B, please?
I move that the Board of Education approve the following personnel to be added to the district substitute list for the 2016-17 school year per certification Act 24, 34, 151, 114, 153, 168 guidelines, employment eligibility verification, U.S. Department of Justice contingent upon receipt of clearances as listed.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 20C, please?
I recommend the Board of Education adopt the adjudication regarding employee number 02-16-17, thereby terminating the employment of this employee effective December 5th, 2016.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously.